Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel, Biohacking Society. Please click subscribe button and like button. That way we can bring more people to the panel, talk about things that are important to you, and hopefully share some secrets that nobody talks about. One of my go-tos is Reddit because there's a lot of interesting developments in health. And our FDA is super slow on getting things approved that work. There's things that work that you cannot patent, and therefore they're not out there for us to use. And there's brave people that try things on and with fabulous results, and they cure cancer, they help themselves to lose weight, get healthy. As I talked in my previous videos, a lot of times the reason why we cannot get to the level we want to be, it's not necessarily our fault, even though everything comes from inside, but our surroundings are not allowing us to get to that where we want to be. And sometimes we don't even know where we want to be. We're so brainwashed and so determined to be like someone else. We don't listen to ourselves and listen to our body to see where we want to be and what our potential is. The reason I'm saying that is because everything health comes easy to me. From the moment I was a child, spirituality and health related subjects and health related themes just was something that was intuitive, and because of that and my gravitation towards it, I was reading books about it and studied a lot of medical stuff, studied a lot of herbalism, how body works, yoga, nutrition, and my 17-year experience in the medical field taught me quite a bit what happens in the field versus what happens in the books. And if I'm completely transparent, everything I study in the books, when you see it in reality, everybody who works in the medical field, they'll tell you, they'll be like, oh my God, this is like a bookcase, because it's so rare. We're so different and unique. Everybody's body went through a certain conditioning when we were little, went through a certain training, so to speak, and our habits, everything determines where we at. So here's what I wanted to talk about. For example, your goal is to be healthier, or your goal is to maybe make more money. And if you think about it, this requires you to change. Change is hard. Your body will always keep you in that even state. And for your body, the only goal it has is to keep that equilibrium. And when you come to your body and you say, I want to be a different person, whoa, your brain goes, no, this is a lot of work. This is going to require a lot of energy. This is going to require building new pathways and activating new transmitters and changing the chemistry of your body, changing the microbiome of your body, changing your hormone level, which your body is completely capable of, but it requires a lot of think of your body as a bank account, and let's say you have savings, perhaps it's $100,000, and now you want to open a business and change your life. Now you're gonna have to spend some of that money to get to that next level, and this is how your body operates. You have certain amount that it keeps it even. It's been working so far. You haven't died. Your body thinks this is working because even though you're not feeling so good in the morning, even though you don't feel so motivated, but you're alive. You're alive. Maybe your hair is falling out, maybe your skin doesn't look the best, but we're living. The heart's still ticking, the kidney's still working, the liver is struggling, but it's processing stuff. So, excuse me, I'm driving. It will do everything possible for you not to change. Now, let's take this scenario, for example. You working on something with a therapist, and you go to the therapist office. It's the top of the top therapist and knows what it does. It does all kinds of exercises with you. It makes you go into hypnotherapy. It does tapping technique. It does the modalities that definitely work. And you leave the session and you're like, oh, I'm a new person. But then you go home and you drink from the same cup, and you go into the same house, and you sit on the same freaking couch, and you eating the same snacks you always ate, and you talking to the same people that you talked yesterday and a year ago and 10 years ago. How fast will the change happen? Because nothing really has changed. You changed on the inside, but the environment still keeping you. It's like an anchor. So let's talk about anchors and how you can use anchors to better yourself rather than keeping you from moving forward. So these anchors I talked about, the people you surround yourself with, the clothes you wear, the habits you have, anchoring you and keeping you where you are. Now, if you want to change your life, whether it's physical, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, you have to change things around you. What's helpful? Move to a different location. Leave your friends behind. You can still be friends with them, but surround yourself with different people that already have what you want to have. So if we talk about a perfect, beautiful, toned body, I'm sorry to say, but hanging out with a fat friend will not get you there. Because the friend that you have who's overweight and maybe, let's call it how it is, a little bit lazy, unless there is a medical condition, that also happens, and unless you're a woman over 40, unfortunately our hormones go down and doctors don't freaking care, and they tell you that's normal, everything you have is normal. Well, it wasn't normal when I was 20, why is it normal when I'm 40 and 45? Same for men too. As we hit 26 years or older, everything starts going down. So it's our job to preserve what we have or add and support what we want to have. So that friend that is lazy will want you to not change, because if they change, you make them feel bad. If you change, you make them feel uncomfortable. They might not say it, and they might even be happy for you where you at, but they will inside feel like you don't connect anymore, because we are connecting with people we want to be like. We're connecting with people that have what we want to have. We connect with people that we have similarities. And now you no longer have similarities with your old system. So think of it as a puzzle. It's a puzzle of squares. And you currently live in the system. You go to work, you have your friends, you have your social life, you have your family life. That could be an anchor too. And then you have the city you live in, the church you go to, and you fit perfectly in that puzzle right now. And then you kind of looking over and you're like, I like my life, but I feel that I can do more. I have a potential. I'm really good at this. I really want to have this. And now you turning from a square into a circle. Slowly kind of rounding the edges, and now you don't fit. So what a puzzle to do. A puzzle gonna want to kick you out or put you back into a square. So let's cut time out of the equation. And once you start turning into that circle, start looking for the puzzle where you fit, which is puzzle made out of circle. So the anchors that hold us back will go away, and creating new anchors that will put us in a different mindset. So when you succeed, let's say you went for that workout and you really killed it that day. How do you anchor that? What you want to do, you want to reward yourself in a way that it's so memorable. So next time you go to the gym, you can step into your own self where you were excited, you got a good sleep, you had a good meal, you had a killer workout, and you're feeling amazing. Anchor that with some kind of reward. And the way, as humans, the way we operate, it's auditory, it's kinesthetic, it's visual, whatever works the best for you. It's olfactory, so it's a smell, it's an event, it's some kind of powerful emotional release. So tie it to an emotion. Maybe that's the day you're gonna go to, maybe that's the day you're gonna buy an outfit that you always wanted to buy, but it was a little bit more expensive, and you're just like, I don't deserve it. Now you deserve it. Maybe it would be you're gonna step out of your comfort zone and go to an event by yourself, and it would be something completely different, some completely out of your habit. And you're going to remember that day with a strong emotional release. So if you want to change, and the reason I feel like an expert in my field is because throughout my life, I drastically changed my life several times. I went from being born in Ukraine to moving to a different country at age 16, learning the language, then moving to another country. So we go into Middle Eastern country where the language is completely different from Cyrillic that I'm used to, then to Germanic country where the rules and everything is completely different culture, to another country, which is America, learning English, and being married for 13 years, then being single for 7 years, then being in the relationship that I'd never been before, which is completely, opposite of what I experienced in the past. Then leaving medical field, all my degrees and diplomas and all my experience, going into completely different field. And I heard, I think Sadhguru was talking about change. You take a napkin and you fold it, it's a change. But did you really turn from napkin into something different? It's still a napkin. The true change comes when you now look at yourself and what you used to like is no longer serving you. So, for example, you used to like to sleep till 8, and now you can't imagine sleeping till 8 because you wake up at a certain time that is completely different. It's sooner. You do completely different thing than you used to, and now you look at the same exact scenario and you see it in different light. That's change. So let's say an example would be you work 9 to 5 and your goal was to do the least amount possible just to get your pay, and you constantly were focusing on like, how can I work less, to become a self-employed or a contractor where you get paid for what you do, and that's change. So let's go back to transforming our body. Emotional part of it is one of the most important parts you can ever work on, and it always comes from inside. We're looking inward. We need to change us to change the world around us, because the reality is what you perceive as outside events, it's a reflection of yourself. Let's say you work in sales and you call in people and they tell you to F off and telling you to die, or I heard all kinds of stuff. Pardon. Where did it go? I guess I have to hold it now. It's usually a reflection of what you currently feeling and how you expecting people to perceive you.